VP Prodigy definitely came off the bat a little bit too wobbly as well. So yeah, I mean, maybe a better laning phase from VP Prodigy is what we're looking for this time around for them. But to be honest, if it worked, it worked. It's hard to criticize a team that won. But yeah, I do feel like their lanes could have been a bit more successful.
So this game, we got a little bit of a slower draft going. I don't think either teams are going to be rushing to pick anything. Nigma, they got that first pick. They're going to be planning very carefully what they're going to want to go for. They actually banned out the Venge. So this means Phoenix is probably the hero they're going to go for. Yep, yeah, it's going to be that Phoenix. We're going to get to see GH Phoenix. He's kind of popularized this crown triple branch early starting build into Meteor Hammer, Yules. Very active sort of Phoenix in the fights. He's getting a lot of MMR spamming this hero. So I'm quite excited to see him play that. And VP Prodigy, they're not going to be able to get that Venge draw because it got banned out.
No, Nigma banned out themselves, but Prodigy, they seem to be still pretty confident in their Magnus pickup here. So they do go straight down that avenue again. GPK going to be playing his Mag.
Yeah, I really want to see Nigma play that playstyle, which was very OG-esque. I want to say when initially Kuroki had to... step down with his injury because of his injury, and our man came in. They were playing extremely active in all the games, right? And Miracle was actually the one leading a lot of those engagements, and that's what I want to see. And this game, he's gone for the Faceless Void for himself, and I think it's really good because that's when I first started watching them play that playstyle. He was actually playing Void, and he kept on running in, very like how Mind Control played Void yesterday.
Yeah, this guy's super active on his Void as well. It's one of these guys which doesn't really care that much about Chrono. Obviously, they'll play around it when it's up, but he's not afraid to get involved in fights when Chrono is down. He's ready to turn up and do some damage. Prodigy, you go for a Selena pickup here. That's an interesting one. So, it's a support or a core position. We don't know yet, but one thing it is good at doing is killing that egg. She's got huge range, huge attack speed, so very good egg hitter. And the LSA can be a problem for the Void inside the Chrono as well if you're not careful. So, yeah, bit of two-sided coin.
So, a few factors with this Lina and why it's really good here. You've covered some of it. The egg, then... You got some of the other reasons is like it's a wave clear hero, so you can delay the game really well. One thing Faceless Void hates is actually playing against wave clear heroes because the lanes are constantly shoved out, and the Void doesn't have the opportunities to be able to hunt with this Chrono because he needs to be able to like deal with those lanes and farm those lanes out and such. Then you also got second pick on the side of VP Prodigy, so you can flex this Lina until the very end, where the Lina could be your position 4 hero or it could be a mid hero in this game. It just depends on like what Nigma draft and where you feel this Lina is going to have the highest amount of impact. But most likely it's going to be that position 4. I've watched Misery play this hero quite a lot recently, and I think it's quite nice in this game. And you can also bully the Faceless Void in the lane. He's not going to be able to time walk on top of the Lina because she has such high attack range.
Yeah, she's very good at playing like super backlines at a point where the Void can't even find her a lot of the times. And with the Magnus threat as well, it's not going to be a kind of game where Void's going to be able to like freely just jump in on heroes without Chrono. And even if he does have Chrono, he's got to be cautious if the other heroes around. So let's have a look at some of these bans which have come out. We've got the Beastmaster and the Venomancer banned out by Team Nigma. We will be Prodigy. They get rid of the Viper and the Clockwork.
Yep, that we have Viper. Very scary. We have always plays this Viper and Batrider middles, and that's why they always have to consider banning it out. There's another player who's like that, who plays the exact same heroes. I guess that's a player from Southeast Asia, right? Hung, one of the Vietnamese dudes. He's always playing that Viper and Batrider. I always see they're very similar playstyles. It's a very like I said, position 3 from the mid lane, essentially. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, making space, hitting heroes, finding fights, and not really hitting the jungle so much. It's a kind of Thompson inspired gameplay, I'd say. It's been around longer than Thompson. The ability just to go and make fights, make plays, and never hit jungle creeps. I love that mentality which some players have of just like, jungle creeps suck. Either lane creeps or farming heroes, making opportunities.
Nigma banning out Beastmaster is a very smart decision here too. Another hero who can constantly push lanes out, make it very hard for you to make moves around the map because of the creep waves being pushed into you. and an Aura bot as well. I've seen a lot in these European games at the moment. These players or these teams, they value Aura heroes quite a lot. If anybody can buy these Aura items, then it's going to be a very high priority. That's why Beastmaster, Venge, they're constantly getting banned out in these games.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy as well. You just shove your offlaner, just say, yeah, you sit down there, you buy yourself a pipe, and Crimson Guard's fallen out of fashion more recently, but yeah, pipe and Greaves tend to be the big ones to go for.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elder Titan's going to be big up for VP Prodigy.
That's interesting. Elder Titan. I think this was kind of like a block pick, because Nigma probably wanted to get this Elder Titan position 5, and it works really well inside the Chronosphere, right? The more damage you have inside Chrono, the better it is. Because now this Faceless Void can literally pair up with all the heroes in your lineup and just be able to kill whoever shows up in front of those heroes. So VP Prodigy taking that Elder Titan away, getting that strong position 5 hero for themselves in their lineup instead. And Nigma now going for a Leshrac. So there's a very high probability that this Leshrac is going to be played by Mind Control once again. Maybe he's thinking he doesn't want to play a melee core against the Elder Titan support, because you're just going to get smacked in the face. And Leshrac is a hero who can have a safe distance against ET, can also stun him in the laning stage. Again, with these teams, lanes matter so much. So a lot of these drafts, even though it may not make a whole lot of sense in the beginning, you got to think that they're thinking about how can they win the lanes and just snowball off of that.
Yeah. So even though there's no PL this time around, they still feel like the hero's strong. That makes sense. I think, though, part of the reason it was strong was because it had this Elder Titan to set it up. So without that, I'm wondering what they're going to use as a setup for the Leshrac instead, or if they even feel like they need something. But it's a two thing, right? It's a setup with the Stomper, and it's also the magic reduction resistance with the Spirit Aura, Natural Order.
Right. There's multiple things that Nigma can do at this point. They can still go that Faceless Void and Phoenix into the off lane, and then pick another position 5, stunner hero, like you said, for RMN. They can also just take that hero and go to the offlane with the Leshrac. I think they got a lot of options available for them. And they might even flex another position 3-ish hero on Nigma's side so that Weeha can still consider going middle with the Leshrac in case the last pick of VP Prodigy might be weak against Leshrac. Ooh, that's a strong pick here. Oh, damn. Okay, so this Anti-Mage now has a really good Mana Void target, which is Leshrac. So he can have impact throughout the entire early game if need be. So if there's ever a 5 versus 4 fight and the fight drags out, the Anti-Mage can always consider TPing into the engagement to blink in and Mana Void Lesh. This hero has to burn through his entire mana pool to have impact in the engagements. Secondly, you got a Magnus on your team. That's like a double-edged sword, right? Magnus needs to farm a lot, and so does Anti-Mage. So Nigma might have this 10 to 15 minute timing where they can just keep running at you, take out all the outer tier 1 towers, and it could be kind of hard game for VP Prodigy.
Is there any possibility we see this Anti-Mage skipping the battle fury this game? I know Empower's not that reliable, but at the same time, if he's able to have such a high impact in the game without it, is it possible?
Right. I doubt it, because then the Magnus would have to follow the Anti-Mage all the time, and that's not what Magnus wants to do as a position 2 at least. Nigma though, they could throw a curveball and just go a slaughter pick right here and get the Leshrac to play position 5, which would be absolutely amazing in my opinion. They go slaughter here, go slaughter Phoenix offlane, get Leshrac Void or something. Oh, they go with the Underlord instead. Okay,
same theory.
All right, yeah, same. I guess it's not going to win the Anti-Mage lane that hard, but now you have an Aura bot, right? So this Underlord can just buy the Guardian Greaves or Atos, whatever utility items that his team is going to need. Where Sara would have been more of a carry-ish offlaner that's just looking to punish the Anti-Mage and just continue to pressure him throughout the game.
And on top of that, I think the root is looking super value this game as well. Some root and toot in action with the AM and the Magnus both really hitting, getting rooted, can interrupt skewer. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm into it. I like what they're putting down here. So a couple of more bounds to come, and then both teams are going to have to pick up then final heroes. Nigma, they need themselves a mid laner, I would imagine. I really don't think they want to put Lesh in a core position anymore.
No, they don't. They've already they had to abandon the Leshrac core idea once they see this anti-mage. You just have to adapt in the draft. And I'm not entirely sure if VP Prodigy really thought about that. Like if the Leshrac is a position 5, if it's going to be concerning. I'm not a huge fan of this anti-mage and Magnus. I think it has actually quite a low win rate. It's just two heroes that can't really fight that well until they have a lot of items.
Yeah,
much worse than Phantom Lancer.
Gives the enemy team a really big opening as well to say, hey guys, come on in. We got ourselves a nice big window for you to come and fight us, and we're both going to be quite weak.
Right. But if they go like 50-50 to like 25 minutes, then you're going to see this anti-mage really go to town.
Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Nigma's put themselves in a really good position in this draft. All they have to do is play fast. They just have to come at VP Prodigy and not stop coming at them. Like I want to see this AM going for the Mask of Madness. Get some nice early Greaves on this Underlord, and just go, just spank him.
Spank him.
Yeah,
I want to see that OGS playstyle from Nigma.
Yeah,
and not Midas
into the
plus
chaos.
Boots of Travels.
Yes, no Midas Boots of Travels this game, please, Miracle, please. So
maybe he thought he was playing Arc Warden. He's probably been playing a lot of Arc Warden. He just forgot.
Well, is there a possibility for a wind here for Nigma in the mid lane?
Could be. Templar Assassin, like I think, is an option too.
Yeah, true. That's.
There's no Benno. There's no Viper. Right.
Oof. Nailed it. That's it. That's what we like to see. Yeah, We Ranger coming on out for Nigma. That's going to be our final pickup. Get some good physical damage versus the anti-mage, and the evasion very good versus the AM and the mag.
Oh, it's so good. Like, anti-mage loves playing against Interos, but does not like playing into Wind Ranger because of that evasion. Can't just blink into her. And AM also really dislikes going for Monkey King Bar. Like, if he can avoid buying Monkey King Bar, it would be the best case. It's not a hero that has very good stat gain, so you want, like, your Satanic Scotty, whatever other items after your Abyssal Blade and such. So it's going to be quite annoying for him to deal with this Wind Ranger too. I thought maybe we were going to see Weeha's signature Templar Assassin in this game. It would have been perfect, especially with an Underlord on your team who's going to be able to buff you up. Just have like the secondary carry.
Yeah, true. Also could have been a good option, but they want to go for the higher tempo play. I mean, they don't want to stick around and wait for Blink and Desto. They want to just be able to go immediately, I feel. Which is possibly why. So, but to be fair, like Nigma have drafted themselves into such a good position that they had so many options. Like they had so many good heroes they could have picked up in this mid lane, which just feels great for them. That's just kind of effect of their draft. And now the Conker's going to come out for VP Prodigy. Okay. Interesting. Where's it going?
So that's a position 3 Magnus then, right? Yeah, it's going to be a position 3 Magnus with Lina. This is TI8 OG lane right here.
Yeah.
Magnus empowering Lina. Right click.
Oh yeah, and the horrendous harass from the sidelines with that range. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, that brings back memories, man. Seb and Jerax things. Pretty fun. So it's gonna be mid GPK on that Kunkka. Our men is gonna be playing that Leshrac at the position 5 like we expected. They adjusted it instantly. So GH, mind control. I think this is gonna be a very hard lane and Lina is being played by Save here. And Lil's gonna play the Elder Titan. So going to be a position 5 Lina. It's going to be a very hard lane for the Lina and the AM, or ET and the AM. Not entirely sure like how they plan to lane it, because you got a lot of lane shoving from Underlord and Phoenix.
Yeah, I think like you can have a really good lane with a Magnus and the Lina, but then I think you kind of play your anti-mage into this position where he's just not going to get anything from his lane. So I think you maybe need to sacrifice this awesome lane you've got planned and move it into a slightly poop one, just to make sure that your anti-mage isn't going to get absolutely shafted. So, unfortunately, that's the trade which VP Prodigy have to make. But, they've got their work cut out for them in the second game. Definitely. I really feel like I love Nigma's draft. I think they've got, like, such an easy... What's up?
No, I just saw anti-mage has MVP in 11 out of his last 20 games. That was pretty impressive. as we head into the game.
Is that an epileptic kid?
Yeah, it is.
Dang, what a boy. What a boy.
boss.
He's been playing his dotes, spamming out some big impact performances. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Game number 2 of Virtus Pro Prodigy versus Nigma, with Virtus Pro Prodigy currently leading one game, but we feel they are quite severely behind in this draft. But we'll see what they can do, if they can make some more magic happen and pull off a victory versus Nigma and secure their spot in the second round of the lower bracket. Couple of hearts coming out.
Mr. GPK has a lot he has to accomplish in this game. Not only does he have to win this mid lane, he's going to need to make some clutch rotations, maybe shut down the Underlord or something. These silents are actually not that easy to kill whatsoever for VP Prodigy. Underlord is extremely fat in the sense that he has very high HP pulls and is tanky, and then the Faceless Void is such an elusive hero early on.
Yeah, you might just have to try and eat this Wind Ranger. I mean, that is a big factor, that Kunkka's got so much magic damage with the Torrent and the Ghost Ship that the Wind does feel very, very vulnerable. If she does get X marks, it's very unlikely for her to survive, and Windrun does nothing versus Kunkka, because even with the Tidebringer, he could right-click her as well, so it's challenging. It's challenging. We'll see how this middle lane goes. And until level 6, though, we should have the advantage, I feel.
The battle begins.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes indeed. So it does look like Elder Titan is going to be playing into the offlane with the Magnus, so we're not going to get to see that Magnus-Lina lane at all, sadly. I was really looking forward to it. It's going to be Lina plus Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage starting off with an Orb of Venom bottom. Oh, Mr. Save, getting stunned by RMN. Getting a lot of HP here.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit cautious, but Abletic's going to come over and help him out a little bit. Interesting split earth from RMN there. Creative split earth, I'd say. But yeah, they're not going to get anything more than that, but still Save losing a decent amount of HP pull there. Are they staying with this, or are they going to mix up these lanes?
Ah, he wants a courier. He sees the Anti-Mage's courier. He wants to go in for that.
Yep, might just find it here as well, RMN. Oh, lovely snipe there from RMN. This Leshrac is going to boogie on his way over towards the middle lane. Probably ultimately planning on Eco up top. No, it looks like they're actually sticking to the tri lane. Interesting. So they're going to leave the Miracle alone.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess they feel like because ET is dragging the wave and Miracle is not getting completely zoned out from the creeps, he can actually stay bottom on RMN here. That's what's going on. It's very kind of Lil to just drag the creep wave. And now if the Leshrac with TP top, they're going to have a huge advantage for Miracle. He's already 2.5. Got all that solo experience.
There we go. Yeah, he does finally link up to the top lane. So down at bottom, it's just going to be Mind Control and GH versus Save and Epileptic Kid. And, you know, Epileptic Kid, he's okay, 5-0 starting off. It's fine. I don't think they really got too much done with RMN down at bottom, but his courier dying is something he's going to be a little bit disappointed about.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't stay dead that long early into the game, he's going to get a magic wand coming out to him too now.
DM just flexing that he's completed the hardest difficulty of Aghanim's Labyrinth there with that voice line. Very impressive DM, very impressive. Very powerful gamer.
Oh, we got a lot of creeps running in. Top lane. It's just going to be a very, quiet laning stage. I don't feel like either teams have a lot of kill potential available on the two lanes. Very annoying to kill heroes from both sides here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a quiet laning phase. Maybe in the middle lane we might see some action as they're trading quite a few hits here, both of them getting quite low. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Epileptic Kid could be in some trouble here. GH staying on top of him, just right-clicking him down. He doesn't have any Fire Spirits left, but the right-clicks will be enough. They get the kill. Meanwhile, GH, he's going to get finished off by Save, but Save might have given his life for this one as Mind Control continues to chase. LSA will land. Save gets himself away, it looks like. Mind Control has no mana for a Firestorm. Therefore, Save will survive.
Literally just said it's going to be a quiet laning stage, and the anti-mage of all heroes dies first.
See, dude, I know that the Caster's Curse is going to come in there, and I'm like, you know what? Let's pick things up a little bit. Let's get some action in this game. I'm just going to say it's going to be quiet, and then boom, we get some fights happening.
Nice.
We get some interest. So it's now 1-1, but with the AM dying for the Phoenix, that's a very, very good trade for the side of Nick. But they're going to be happy with that one. On top lane, Miracle taking some pretty heavy hits, but he's got that Time Walk just to get himself away. But the moment he uses that Time Walk, it kind of means he just can't come back into that lane anymore, because the harass from these two heroes is just deadly. the Elder Titan plus a Magnus, these guys are slapping pretty hard.
Definitely, and this anti-mage is feeling a lot of pain. They're using so many resources, so many tangles, healing salves, just to keep this guy farming up all this AoE damage from the Firestorm and the Fire Spirits.
Oh,
It's way
GH
too
could be in
annoying.
some trouble. LSA comes out onto him. Electric Kid trying to follow
This
up,
guy
but they
died.
just don't have the damage. And meanwhile, RMN actually goes down in the top lane to Lil and DM. As I just caught him out of position a little bit and get him with the right clicks. As mentioned, these guys do hit very, very hard, so you got to respect that if you're RMN. Oh, they've been empowered. Yeah, they've empowered the Elder Titan. Oh, that sounds horrendous. An empowered Elder Titan coming at you.
It's extremely scary. He's almost got that Tranquil Boots as well, so he's going to be able to chase down anyone quite easily. Miracle does have his 2 Wraith Bands though, so he's quite tanky with that extra armor now.
Tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, down at bottom, just a couple of spells being thrown out. So much harass coming out from this Phoenix Underlord lane. Firestorm and some Fire Spirits as well. Meanwhile, though,
Where did that come from?
he's gonna die in the pack here. Our man gets brought down by Lil as well. Skewer back under the tower, but the time will go away from Miracle as he's trying to finish off Lil here. Isn't able to do so. And, well, he could be in some... Oh, the bash! Oh my goodness, Miracle, you jammy bastard! He gets a kill, will die for it to DM, but wow, that was insane.
DM's happy with that. He's got all that solo experience where they kill onto the faces void too. So
Yeah,
he's
not
like,
too
alright,
sad."
cool. That's cool.
Well, a more successful laning phase for VP Prodigy than last game. They are still a little bit behind.
Yeah.
How's our mid? We haven't really focused too much on mid. What's been going on there, Theban?
It's just a very even lane. Both teams or both players just bringing out a lot of regen. You know, they're bringing themselves a little bit low. We have made this rotation down to bottom and sniped the Lina. I don't even know how that was even possible, or how he even thought that that was going to be a really good move, but you know, made it work out. And they're just going to keep on spamming the mid lane out. We got the Tidebringer from the Kunkka, and we are just going to power shot every wave. There's not going to be a whole lot of action here. But bottom, though, that's where the real action's at once again. I'm really concerned for Epileptic Kid. He went for this Orb of Venom. He also finished Magic Wand. These are not normal anti-mage items. And that means his, real items that he needs to buy are going to be delayed heavily. So he's going for the mask
queued up.
Yeah. This is like the new AM build that we've been seeing quite a lot in matchmaking. It all started
really?
with God King. Yep, God King did this
lane.
like 3 weeks ago.
GPK trying to get on top of Wee. Wee is trying to get on top of GPK. I don't know. They're kind of on top of each other, making some children. But see ya.
Oh man, what was that, Weave? He just stood there.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a bit confusing.
I don't know. He wasn't really doing any damage with his focus fire there, and then just gets destroyed by Alina, who TV's in. There you go.
Yeah, that is quite annoying to deal with the X mark and the boat. As well, it's much tankier than you would think. So yeah, speaking of this anti-mage, he's only got 20 last hits, 7 minutes in. Not even close to his Morbid Mask. And that's also going to delay his Power Treads, his Battle Fury. I expect a very underfarmed anti-mage if this Magnus doesn't start empowering him
Chrono up in the top
extremely early.
lane. They've got themselves an Elder Titan. Don't think they're going to be able to grab DM as well here, unfortunately. Though Iron Man's going to slam down the lightning bolts, but no. He gets himself out, so it's going to be a nice Chrono, nice kill onto Lil, and I'll leave it at that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
DM is quite okay with that because he's not the one getting chronoed and killed off. He's getting very close to his arcane boots. He'll buy into Guardian Greaves this game, going that utility route on his Magnus. I guess it's okay if Epileptic Kick doesn't have like the most amazing laning stage because you do have a Magnus available with that Empower. Oh, GH bottom. They're gonna get a stun on him.
He could be in some trouble though. That said, GPK is coming into the fray as well, looking for a target, and that target is going to be Mind Control as he gets chopped down. GH still trying to find a kill, but that's not going to happen. He's going to lose his life as well, making it 2 kills in the bottom lane for the side of Virtus
Very
Prodigy.
Dire's
Very
bottom
nice.
Very
tower
nice
is under
rotation from
attack.
GPK here. Mind Control only having half HP, getting comboed up with the boat, and Lil just going to take over the mid lane while GPK rotates bottom, getting himself some experience too. it's very fluid movements from VP Prodigy at the moment, and all their lanes are going well now for them. I guess the anti-mage lane is pretty much the only one that's still having some struggles because it doesn't have a whole lot of last hits, but you know, those kills are gonna be helpful.
Meanwhile, we looking for something. He's under the cover of invisibility. And oh, need to be careful of that astral. They might have found themselves a little here. Let's see. Yeah, focus fire comes out. No.
Got javelin.
Power shot comes through. Oh, the power shot misses. Oh dear.
That's gotta hurt.
A little bit rusty on the old Wind Ranger here, perhaps. But they're going to steal a stack at least. Look at this.
Oh, 4-stack. It's a 4-stack. Delicious.
Yeah, Iron Man getting a piece of it. We have a power shot. DM just watching, he's running in circles. No, please stop. Meanwhile, my control dies down to the bottom lane. DM comes in, he's got the RP onto 3. GPK follows up with a boat. One's gonna die. They actually managed to get away the time walk for Miracle, but we and our men lose their lives. The punishment is big. You take our stacks, we take your lives, say VP Prodigy.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. That RP into a boat. It's very rare to see these kind of plays happen anymore, but that was so nice to watch. And this Kunkka with the Empower just going to clean up a stack of Ancients 9 minutes into. This Kunkka is enormous. Just check out his net worth. Jesus.
He's doing exactly what we want him to do, and a little bit more as well. We said GPK needs to have a skonking game on this Kunkka. Oh, down in the tower up in the top lane. Miracle just gets himself the chrono kill, but could be in some trouble now. In comes a torrent, but no boat available, and Weehaw coming in on the sidelines with that focus fire. Power shot comes through, and DM will be losing his life here inevitably. We grabs himself that one, so that is something at least. But yeah, GPK definitely having a stonker of a game so far, just doing what he needs to, being a factor, making action around the map, recovering this laning phase, and being a force of aggression so that the Magnus and the AM can have slightly freer games. So talk me through this Mask of Madness AM thing. What's this all about?
Yeah, it just kind of helps you farm a lot faster. You get that sustain, and then you get this insane amount of attack speed. You can farm Ancients quite easily. Mid lane, actually, Weehaw getting jumped right now. Whew, just exploded.
See you later, buddy. That's going to be another kill going the way of GPK. He is just racking them up right now.
Yeah, this X mark is just so good against the Wind Ranger. I feel like Weehaw needs to go for a different item build than an MKB or something at this point. Just going to keep on feeding at this rate.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Harsh words, but true, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe like an Yules or something could be quite interesting, just to keep himself alive. Or he just got to find better positioning. But I feel like VP Project, they really got their eyes on Weehaw in this game.
Yeah. Like the moment he gets X, it's just dead. He's just dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. Exactly.
That's so hard to play.
So the Mask of Madness now with the Empower, you just farm so fast. And what you do later is you just split the Mask of Madness for like a Satanic and a Butterfly on Anti-Mage. So it's like quite an effective item to hold on to. I think in this game it's especially good because you got that mech. So you don't have to think about the Battle Fury like before you farm really fast.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still very curious to see it making its way in, but you know, the meta seems to be right now. If God King does it, everyone does it.
Exactly.
Dire's bottom tower.
I'm seeing it quite a lot lately.
Yeah, he is a special anti-mage player, that's for sure. 3-man stomp. Where's the follow-up? Well, GPK throwing in the boat, managing to get the torrent onto 2, and down they go. Positioned absolutely perfectly from GPK, and getting the triple kill with the Tidebringer as well. This man is on fire, and he is just chopping down Nigma heroes left, right, and center. Goodness gracious me. This pirate. Someone needs to slow him down.
Man. These combos, the RP, the sleep into the boats, oh man. And Weehaw, he's getting cut like butter.
So nice. Yeah, now Miracle up in the top lane. He does have a Chronosphere. Gather up for it, boys. Well, he's not going to get a chance to get that one off the Laguna Blade, the LSA. Too much damage pouring into Miracle. Nigma are leaking all across the deck right now as this Virtus Pro Prodigy team led by Kunkka is doing way too much work. However, DM maybe in some trouble down at bottom here. We RP'd him for some reason. Still did die. Awkward. Oh well.
They got at least some kind of a return kill. They gotta get something going for them right now. I mean, every time this Weehaw shows on a tower, he's always got to be afraid of GPK showing up with the X
Dire's
mark.
top tower is under attack.
And he's very good at mimicking the movements of Weeha at the moment. And this Anti-Mage is about to overtake Miracle too. Miracle had a great laning stage. Anti-Mage didn't, but with the Empower and the Mask of Madness, he's been able to farm right back up.
So smoke up from the side of Nigma. GH and Miracle looking for a use of this Chronosphere and the Supernova. What can they find? Lil is going to be the target once again. Really? Are they going to chrono him again here? I mean, they've killed him so many times with it. Oh, this time, actually, the bashes come through, and oh, one more's needed. They get him down. GH melts him with the flames. Meanwhile, Lena, they're looking for another one here. Nigma aren't quite done with this one. Beautiful Shackle connecting onto both GPK and Save. Another Chronosphere comes down. Doesn't quite catch out the Conquer, though. And they've actually got Miracle X marks into the boat. The damage is there, but the Supernova holds back the side of VP Prodigy. And they will have to just end up losing 2 heroes, and that's going to be about it. But the tower in the middle lane looks like it's going to fall to Nigma as well. They managed to strike back pretty hard at Virtus Pro Prodigy, and with his tower going their way as well, it's going to make it a very valuable couple of pickoffs indeed.
There we go. This is what we were expecting from Nigma and Miracle especially. Leading those team fights. Getting that nice engagement. Phoenix though, he does not have an egg here.
Yep, in comes the Splitter as well. He's very, very low. GH going for the TP out, and they want to get the better targets. They're not going to turn around and try and kill him. Meanwhile, Miracle leading on the front lines here. Doesn't even have a Chronosphere, but he does have a Mask of Madness. So just taking chunks out of Lil right now. Meanwhile, Wee turns up to this fight, but they've already lost Lil. Oh, beautiful torrent comes through from GPK. Again, hit Laguna Blade as well. Can they finish the job? They can. They get him. Save is there with the nukes, with the damage to get that kill. Meanwhile, Minecraft trying to get himself out. But he's just farming. He's not interested in this fight at all. He's just farming. Minecraft popping a salve inside the pit. It's a creative usage of his resources here, but unfortunately X-Mark's now out onto him. RMN's back to life. He's coming into this fight, just popping down that Pulse Nova, looking for a kill into GPK. GPK has to run himself away on the backlines, but meanwhile Minecraft gets blown by the front lines, but now Shackle comes down onto 2. Do they have the damage though? GM's in some trouble, just had to have to skewer in, actually drops the RP down onto GH. Can they finish the job? No, the Light Striker are actually off the mark. Epileptic Kid finally gets it done, but now Wee, he's looking for revenge. He's got the blink in 1 second. It's not there in time. Wee gets a double kill as the Anti-Mage shall fall, and I think that was a pretty good trade for Nigma again.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they got GPK kill, they got Epileptic Kid too. They're starting to build up some momentum now, and that was an engagement without the chrono too. In 50 seconds, we're gonna see another chrono, and hopefully, if Nigma continues to play like this, where they group up as 4 and 5 and keep running at VP Prodigy, they're gonna be in really good shape.
Hopefully.
They got it. They have to. And look at the Anti-Mage too. He understands like this Battlefield is way too slow in this game. And because it's Magnus 3 and Magnus doesn't really care too much about his own farm, he can kind of follow around the Anti-Mage. He's just going to go straight for that Manta style. But even with the Manta, I'm not sure it's going to be enough for him to be able to take like these engagements.
Yeah.
If Nigma continue to play at this rate. And look at GPK. He went for a Glimmer Cape. That is not something you normally see on a Kunkka.
Yeah, but you know what? I love this. I really like this.
I do. It feels good. It looks kind of good.
I mean, it's magic.
It does give you some attack
right?
speed.
It's passive and active magic resistance. 20 attack speed as well. That's some good shit right there. I'm into this.
Can actually save your allies or glimmer your way onto the Wii here or something like that.
Well, yeah, it's a way to get off
nice.
the X without needing to invest in a Shadow Blade. Just bungee cording into the middle lane to clear out some creeps and smoke up as well. He's actually finished off a Heaven's Halberd now as well. Wow, this guy's beefy. Beefy pirate. Highest net worth in the game.
Tower is under attack.
Let's see. They are smoking into their own jungle because they want to clear it out, but there's nobody there right now, as it turns out. So it will be an empty smoke just to get up to vision, but still very much worthwhile. Wind did actually finish off the Monkey King bar. Nothing queued up right now for Wee, but this big timing means he's going to be able to do so much damage. Has to be.
Yeah, definitely. This Monkey King bar, huge timing for Wind Ranger. Brown Boots, MKB, we've been seeing this like pretty much every single game with core Wind Ranger. Next item, BKB is going to be nice. Gets all these stuns.
They've seen miracles in the neighborhood. He's got that Chronosphere ready to go, though. Nothing you want.
Yeah, so right now, Nigma's plan, they're just gonna play in this triangle area. If they can catch like maybe 2 heroes, they can just end up going into the Roshan pit, get that Aegis. 20 minutes. I feel like this has been like the trend in all these European games where at 20 minutes you kind of just want to get a pick or two around the mid lane and go straight into the Roshan pit. And before that, you're just trying to get Rosh ready, pretty much.
Yeah, Nigma really have started
Dire's
taking
bottom
control of this
tower
map.
is under attack.
Let us know that they're strong. I mean,
Oh,
this
smoke.
is. Ooh.
Oh, here we go. They know where anti-mage is farming. It's so obvious, right?
Yeah.
Because
it
they've
is.
taken over this area. There's only one other ancient camp available.
But they haven't found him. I'm not sure if Epileptic actually caught a glimpse of anybody there, but he blinked himself out just after finishing off that ancient camp, which ended up being the absolutely perfect move. But Nigma's still moving in to the enemy jungle, wanting to find someone, something, somehow. But this is where VP have really good vision, so this isn't going to be a very easy opportunity for them.
Yeah, that was very awkward because they smoked up the Void and the Phoenix, but then the Underlord and the Wind Ranger try to go into the triangle area. Instead, if the Underlord and Wind Ranger showed on the map, I think the anti-mage would have just continued to farm and they would have been able to catch him. So maybe giving away a little bit too much information by getting everybody off the map.
Let's get just jumps in. I mean, he's not scared. Nice torrent coming out onto RMN as well. Both teams, it's getting real tense here, Thievin. Both teams kind of just wrapping around each other. We know this Aegis is up for grabs if anybody can get the advantage on the other. And you know what? Nigma
this is huge
screw
from
it.
Nigma.
We're just going to go straight in. And the pings are coming out. GPK is going to lead the charge over. Are they going to get there in time, though? Roshan is actually going down really quickly. We dropping down the focus fire onto Roshan. And they are not going to get there nearly in time. The Astral Spirit's moving on over, but Roshan is already dead. Miracle picking up that Aegis with the double damage. I mean, that is a very, very fortunate rune to grab there for them. They wouldn't have done it in time if it wasn't for that. At least not for the Astral and then the Stomp to come through. So, yeah, very lucky there for Nigma, but they make the most of their situation.
Once again, that 40-minute... Oh, bottom! Anti-mage!
Oh no! Miracle catches him out. That's the most high-value double damage rune I think I've ever seen. And now Mind Control goes down at mid. They get some kind of revenge here, GPK, but unfortunately, losing their anti-mage is such a bitter pill to swallow. And in comes... Yeah, the X-Marks is... Oh, Supernova to cancel out X-Marks. Okay, well, you know, it works, I guess.
Yep, DM. They're actually going to continue to go in here.
Yo, he's caught.
5 versus 5.
Oh my god, Miracle is just doing so much damage right now. He doesn't even need the double damage to actually tear it down, but that's a nice little combo coming through from GPK. They might have caught 2 of them here. We still survive, and they will finish off RMN with the Earth Splitter. Meanwhile, we just dropping down the ultimate on GPK. He's being peppered with arrows right now, getting completely taken down. The Shackle onto 2. He has got the Heaven's Halberd, but guess what? Windring has still got a power shot and finishes off GPK with that spell, and now Lil's left behind, but has no team, and we get himself yet another one. Oh no, Epileptic Kid! He tries to jump in the backline to kill off Weeha, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the damage. We survives. AM does get himself out, but man, that was costly. They really wanted to just try and find something from that. Unfortunately, they leave empty-handed, and Nigma just weave a path of destruction through the enemy side of the map. This is going to be a big scar for VP Prodigy to heal up over the next few minutes.
Oh man, Miracle, once he gets his Aegis, it's like a light switch, you know, that he just flicks on. It's like, I don't care, I'm just diving in there. This is very similar to how Mid-1 played the Spaces Void as well. He's got that time walk to heal himself back up. VP Prodigy just don't feel like they can turn around and try to go on this Void who's got that Aegis. They try to go for the backline, and the Void's just sitting in the back, or jumping their backline and just constantly smacking people in the face.
He's playing like how the anti-mage wishes he could play, really.
Yeah, exactly. And right now they're getting completely choked out on the side of VP Prodigy. Anti-mage constantly having to run back to the mag to get empowered.
AM in some trouble. There's another Shackle coming through, stopping DM with that RP, and now, well, Miracle just runs into everybody, but gets slept up immediately. A beautiful sleep, just holding back the fight. Now the RP comes through onto Wee. Can they finish the job? Yeah, Laguna Blade comes out. They need one more hit. Wee's still running away from this. They need to finish the job here, and they're not going to do so as the Supernova comes crashing down there on top of GPK. GPK needs to run. He has got the Glimmer Cape, not doing him a whole lot just yet, but there comes the Torrent coming down onto the Faceless Void. That's going to hold him off for the time being. GH is healing up Miracle with that Sunray. Lil, though, he's kind of in a bad spot right now, and yeah, this Elder Titan most certainly is going to be losing his life. We finished him off with the power shot, and that's going to put an end to this fight.
Yeah, that was actually such a well-executed teamfight from VP Prodigy, honestly. They tried their absolute best to bring down Wii. He had like a sliver of HP. They kited the heroes really well too, but in the end, they were only able to kill off Armen, and Elder Titan was the trade-off for that. But I think these are small wins that VP Prodigy are willing to take here, because they really gotta wait out this Aegis and try to get to that next item on the anti-mage. He's going for the Basher now. Still not going to go back for that Battle Fury. He just doesn't seem... He doesn't feel like there's a point to it, and he needs this bigger items at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Mind control bottom. Oh, he's got a Rift and he's got Yules. She should be okay, right? Yeah, he should be okay.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's going down too easily.
What's Miracle's next item? MKB. Big damage item. And he's got about a minute left on this Aegis. So... a minute from now, I think he's going to stop playing like a maniac. Because then he can actually get blown up by the X mark, the Lina stuns, got the RP available too. And this anti-mage does have a Basher. It's going to be a pretty big item when the AM gets that Abyssal Blade. Because there's a few heroes on the side of Nigma that are going to be affected by this Manta split on an Abyssal. Like Void is going to lose all his mana. Leshrac can instantly get bursted. So Wind Ranger too, if he gets caught out without the Wind Run on.
True. There's a lot of factors here. Yeah, Leshrac could be in a spot of bother, and Epileptic Kid, he just wants the money for himself. Pop the mana point. Not exactly going to be fighting anytime soon.
It's a big creep for him. 335 gold. He's happy. Lil though, oh, the Shackle doesn't land on him. Is he going to be okay?
To the high ground, but he's going to finish him off all the same. Some procs from MKB, make sure he goes down, and that's going to be a clean trade between the two teams. Nigma, well, without this Aegis now, things might look a little bit closer, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't think Miracle is going to be as confident, especially without like a Black King Bar or a Satanic yet. He's got to consider VP Prodigy making some kind of a smoke play onto him. And the anti-mage is getting very, very close to this Abyssal.
Yeah,
it's about a Vanguard away.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of skipping out the Battle Fury, is that he does hit these timings way earlier than he normally would in this game. No Battle Fury, no problems. And as you mentioned before, as the Mag being the 3, he can afford the time to, go and say hello to his teammate. But talking about Mag, he's in some trouble right now. Yule's out into the stun as well. He has got the skewer to bring Iron Man way out of position here, right into the clutches of Epileptic Kid, who brings him down easily. Now, well, the sleep comes through, just holding Underlord back. Not exactly the hero they want to start taking chunks out of, but if they can get the kill, they will. Yules comes out onto himself to buy himself a little bit more time. DM tries to go for the RP, only catches out the Underlord, unfortunately. Laguna Blade even being committed. They finally bring him down, but now we find save. Gets that kill with Focus Fire and Wind Run in, and now they can back themselves out. I'm not sure they want to keep going here. The X marks and the Tor are going to hold way a little bit further back, but I think this fight might be over for the side of VP Prodigy. Both teams losing an equal amount again. I think this game is just really, really even. It's a slight gold advantage for Nigma, but we're reaching the part in the game where the anti-mage is starting to come online. He's got so close to this Abyssal Blade. Meanwhile, the Kunkka, he's been affected throughout the entire game, and with his 10-second BKB, he's an absolute monster in the team fight. It's the only one who's kind of underperforming.
Epileptic Kid, he might get caught here.
The Chrono just on the edge. It's absolutely perfect for a Miracle, and they'll be able to bring him down. See you later, Epileptic Kid. That's an anti-mage in the bin for another 60 seconds.
That was actually such a beautiful chrono. He just chronoed him straight up. Didn't even try to time walk on top of him or anything like that. And anti-mage popped his Manta, was about to blink out. He was mid-blink animation when he got chrono there too. So
frames away from it.
Very big kill there.
Frames away from it. It was
exactly.
Frame away from
clutch play there.
Hogchamp to a Mega Lol from Miracle.
Kunkka does have a Black King Bar now, so he's gonna be able to play a little bit more aggressively as well, and gonna be able to walk into the team fights a little bit more. Save?
Radiant structure.
That's very far forward for him, and well, he gets a Goon Blade off him to the void, and the combo as well catches him out. Miracle gets brought down. They fight without their AM, and it works out beautifully. Now he's going to be the next target. Lil's ready with a stomp as well. It's going to hold him still for a little bit longer. DM unfortunately does not have the blink available for the skewer, and GH just comes rolling on through. Yules up onto the Conquer. I think they just want to run themselves away from this one. He'll BKB to stop the Split Earth coming through, and well, there you go. There's a Supernova come crashing down. GH will unfortunately get away. I like the idea there of just popping the Torrent pre-stun to try and catch him out mid-dive. It was a cute idea, but unfortunately the timing was a little bit off.
Yeah. Oh man, I just want to go back to that play on the Void. That was actually so good. Like, Save realizing that there's actually a kill potential on him, using him up, getting that burst damage out.
Yeah, it was amazing. And now an RP comes down to, well, this is weird, but unfortunately he's got a BKB and just runs himself back and actually just murders Lil instead. Not the plan here. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage, he's looking towards the Phoenix instead. Phoenix does have that Icarus dart, but gets bashed! Oh, no, what Athletic Kid, though, didn't realize what's happened, blinked past GH. GH is just in the pit, and he's like, wait, am I fine?
Oh, he thought he got away. He actually thought GH got away.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he should have known his bash was on cooldown, but at the same time, yeah. Thanks, Basher.
The bash actually saved him. Yeah, I mean, it's nighttime, right? So you don't have a whole lot of vision. And you were thinking like, oh, maybe, you know, the little fire stuff that comes after the dive just bugged or something. Happens all the time, so. Oh, wow. That was very fortunate for GH, because that looked like he was 100% dead.
Yeah. Interesting.
Miracle?
Interesting game. Still hanging in the balance now.
No Chronosphere yet. 10 seconds. This is an extremely high skill game. Like, all these players, their spell casting is on point. They know where they need to be on the map. They know how to counter the engagements too.
Oh yeah, this isn't a case
Abyssal
of...
Blade is not complete.
Yeah, this isn't a case of like, oh, wait, hold on, the Void's in some trouble again. The combo is there, and it is so on point. Meanwhile, the two-man skewer comes through, catching out RMN as well. Wonderlord's going to go for the Yules TP out. Will they got enough damage? They do. Mind Control's dead as well. That makes it 3. Athletic Kid immediately looking for the +1. GH going to his favorite spot inside that Roche pit. Bash.
Abyssal.
Oh, Abyssal. There we go. They have got him this time. GH, no escape from the wrath of Anti-Mage, and they take down 4 heroes. VPP put themselves back into this game, and that, well, they were never really out of it, but they just smash Nigma, punish them for constantly being on their side of the map, and now they can look to really take over the map for themselves a little bit here. We actually going for that Arcane Rune. That feels risky. Athletic Kid looking for the bash. Is he going to find it?
Yeah, for another 10 more seconds though.
No, but he gets the bash nonetheless, and they're going to keep on running him down. BKB is going to be going down in just 1 second here. The Torrent's a little bit off the mark. Athletic Kid's still trying to chase him. He's got the Abyssal Blade available. If he blinks forwards, he will just about have enough mana. Abyssal Blade's on top of him, and now the rest of the team coming on through. I mean, he's making... Nah, he's not even making space for this one. This is just a straight up death. The Arcane Rune, was it really worth it, Weeha?
That's 4 kills on the side of VP Prodigy. I mean, they've started to hit their power spikes. The Abyssal Blade Anti-Mage is online. We talked about how after 25 minutes, you know, VP Prodigy with his Anti-Mage, he can really take over the game. And we are starting to see that. And the problem is that Faceless Void, with his first Aegis, he was able to do a lot. He had to go for that MKB because he didn't have a whole lot of damage, but this BKB was extremely slow. Every time they see him in the fights, they're just dropping all their disables onto Miracle, and they're able to bring him down. There's no saves on the side of Nigma, or no counterplays as well.
No, that's not. This BKB sorely needed for a Miracle. Do you think maybe he even should have gone for it earlier?
It's hard, right? If you go for the BKB, then you just don't have any damage. You can't actually be able to solo kill anybody. But at the same time, without the BKB, you're the one getting killed off in all the engagements.
Look at Hona's on Miracle. They're just going straight in, but the Invisible Blade comes down onto him. The RP onto 3! Oh no, there's an absolute chaos in the pit for Nigma. They lose 3 straight off the bat. What are you doing, boys? This isn't how you do it. Supernova comes out from GH in the backlines, but 2 heroes just smacking away at that little egg. They'll crack it open. They'll make themselves some eggs, and that'll be their snack to take down Roshan with. I don't know what that was, dude. How did the Magnus get off that RP so easily?
Oh man, I don't know. That was just such a questionable Roshan call from Nigma's side. They weren't even controlling up the hill in this area, and they know VP Prodigy are obviously thinking about this Roshan. They just made a really big gamble play, you know, try to focus fire and maybe try to burst this Rosh down before VP Prodigy can react. Oh, that's gotta feel so bad for Nigma. And they got the Aegis now on the anti-mage too. This looks like game number 1 all over again.
It is.
Except it was on the second Roshan where they turned the game heavily into their favor.
The cursed pit.
Dire's middle tower
Nigma really,
has fallen.
they. Oh my god, look at him go. They're just going straight back in, and Melodian immediately looking forward onto the Underlord. He has got that yield to keep himself alive. Split comes 2 onto 2. And now, well, Mind Control still surviving through this. Under the tier 4s, though, Athletic Kid has no fears, and they will finish off the Underlord. And it looks like RMN's following him to the grave as well. 2 heroes out of the equation. That is, well, convincing nonetheless from Virtus Pro Prodigy, and now they can keep the siege going, knowing that there's not going to be any heroes respawning for a long time now.
Dire's
Void and the Phoenix are back, but those 2 they just killed have been taken out of the equation for 30 seconds. That is 30 seconds too many, unfortunately, as that middle lane of barracks really starting to crumble and fall.
Middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah, they're just gonna go back and finish the tier 2 towers off. This Aegis is very healthy. Long timer left on it. Nigma, they can't farm their way back into this game. It's just impossible. This Void needs like 2,000 gold before he can finish this Black King bar, and that's just not gonna happen. VP Prodigy will take all your objectives before that, so they gotta get a smoke going as soon as Underlord and Leshrac are alive. You got the Chronosphere. Maybe you can catch the backline, kill the Lina, kill the ET off or something, and play off that. Epileptic Kid, he's such a beast right now. He's got a Scotty, a lot of stats on his hero.
Yeah, Scotty Aegis does a beautiful combo and he jumps the Leshrac on the backline. Tyroman stands no chance of surviving this engagement. Now an RP onto 2, catch them out, skewer all the way back. They've got Mind Control at the very least. Chronosphere comes down for a miracle. Mind Control's still alive for the time being. They don't have the damage though. He's actually just disarmed inside the Chrono from the Conquer. And now the Yules is up onto the Lina. Lina in some trouble. Maybe she will die. Gets up on her. Say Anna's Gaguda just before she goes down. Nicely done, just throwing out her spells. Meanwhile, Athletic Kid might be in a little bit too deep. A buyback from Mind Control. He jumps back into the equation. May just gets popped from the anti-mage. Now where's the rest of the team? VPP, are they winning? They have no RP. They don't really have much, and the focus fire's coming through onto the anti-mage. Anti-mage, he might just die, but no! Cheese comes out. Damage comes in. Miracle's actually the one who ends up dying here, and Epileptic Kid just blinks himself away as there's nothing even happened. Mind Control's still in some trouble there. They might not be done, VPP. They're still going in. Beautiful Torrent catches out Wee. Wee is dead as well. 75 seconds. This might be the end of the game for Nigma. They have just thrown too much onto the fire, which is now burning brightly to the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy.
What a play. GPK just passed, BKB'd, walked on top of the anti-mage, passed him the cheese. That anti-mage was like one hit away from dying when he got that cheese off.
Oh my god.
That was some impressive play right there.
GPK, what a team player. Abyssal Blade comes out onto Mind Control. He's losing his life as well. They're fighting over not much at this point in the game. Fighting for their lives of the tournament, Nigma. But there is so little they can do, and DM goes fishing and finds himself a big fish. RMN goes down as well. This might be the end. Tier 4s being smacked away at. They're not going to have anybody back for another 25 seconds. The Wind and the Void will respawn, but it looks like the Ancient is going to fall, and it is going to come tumbling down quickly. GH might even die before it falls, but GG's are called. The game will go to Virtus Pro Prodigy, and with it, the series a 2-0 over Team Nigma. Man, you cannot count this team out, can you?
Oh, that was an absolutely insane game from VP Prodigy. They had a really great laning top and middle. The anti-mage lane didn't go so well, but he made a really good decision to go for that Massive Mana straight into the Manta, so he can not slow his timings down too much. Nigma, I think they made some great plays after the 50-minute mark with Miracle. The first Roshan, how aggressively played was great. But, that BKB was a little too slow. VP Prodigy threw so many spells onto Miracle this game. Once that Aegis was out, I think he died like 3 or 4 times before the second Roshan even spawned. And things started to look real bad for Nigma. I gotta say, VP Prodigy, they are looking very, very impressive. Maybe if they fix up their laning stage a little bit more, this team is going to be absolute monsters. Or it's going to be a monstrous team.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much potential in this team. So many young players who I've kind of enjoyed watching for a couple of years now, but watch them come together like this.